You guys have a yard?
I do not have a yard.
Is it long?
Yeah, of course.
Is it a mess?
Of course.
Does it need some TLC?
Of course.
Well, we've got some good news for you. Today's show is brought to you by More Property Services. More Property Services is a company that prides itself in what they do. Their services include, but are not limited to, weekly lawn mowing services, aerating and overseeding, spring and fall cleanups, mulching, rock install, small tree and stump removal, and much more. That's More Property Services. Check them out. Call Clay and the guys anytime, 937-830-5524. Give them a call. Check out their Facebook page for all their great work. MOORE, More Property Services. Let's get to the show. All right, welcome in to another beautiful episode of the Cavemen Media Podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to see three different faces sitting on the couch. Uglier, prettier, I don't know. That's up to you guys. You guys figure that out. But if you're not watching on YouTube, make sure you go there, subscribe, rate, review the show. All right, so let's just get right into it. Matt's not here. Drew's not here. Jordan's not here. Connor, Zach, Jake, Cody, we're all here. This weekend on our YouTube channel, you might have seen it. You might have seen us talk about it. You might have seen us post a fantastic clip from the tournament. And it is a Rocket League tournament.
Of the century.
Thank you. Don't leave that out. Connect eSports. Do I have that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ran the tournament.
From Dayton.
Local, love it. And it's called Rocket League is the name of the game. And we've got Caleb Beck, Trey Johnson, and Say It To My Face here on the couch. They were sponsored by us for the tournament, Cavemen Media's team in this tournament, and they did not disappoint. You guys played very well.
Could play better.
Not well enough.
Played well.
Yeah.
Played
True.
well.
So I think
place.
we should hop straight to the first excuse. We are playing a professional team. I would call them professional.
They had some titles that we were not proud to face. Beat the crap out of us, you know.
So let me break it down. All right. So Connor approaches me with this. You guys are going to play in this tournament. I've never heard of this before. Rocket League. Never heard of it. Essentially, it is soccer with cars that can go fast and fly.
They have rockets on the back.
Yep.
They have
And
rocket
you knock
boosters.
the ball into the goal. You play a 5-minute game of soccer with a car.
Strictly car soccer.
Correct. Okay.
Yes.
Never heard of it before.
Pretty
Just wanna
normal.
Explain that to people. Yeah, it sounds 100% normal.
It's
Soccer
like
with
an
cars.
actual
They
like
should play this in real life, like a derby.
people
do
have.
different
You're
countries.
behind.
They do.
You're behind.
In different countries,
Yeah.
they like take these old beat up cars and it's like almost like a beach ball.
Yeah.
And they just crash into each other.
I need to YouTube
You're,
that.
yeah,
That sounds
you're about.
absolutely
You got a
awesome.
couple hours worth of content that you could watch
Okay.
easily.
All
Just
right.
Rocket League in real life. YouTube search hours of content.
Okay, yep, that's what we'll do after today's show. But anyway, so Rocket League tournament, you guys, it was only 4 teams in the tournament. You guys finished second. It was a round robin tournament. You went 2-1 in the first stage of the tournament. You get to the single elimination tournament. You take care of business in round 1. Let's start there. There's an epic clip on the internet of Zay knocking the ball into the goal.
That was game 2.
That was
was
the final game to go to. That was game 4 of the semifinals to go to the finals.
Yes.
Yes. And Jake and I just absolutely go ballistic in this
our
clip when
minds.
Zay scores because, a little bit of backstory, Zay, the previous games kind of laid low, didn't do a lot.
True.
Didn't need to.
True.
Didn't need to. Team was carrying us through the lower teams. The first team we played was Free Agents. That's a free dub. Second team we placed, what was it, Doc Pepper?
Doc Pepper. Was
Not even the real
was the
Dr.
team.
Pepper, so we knew that was another easy dub.
fake.
So yeah, I had to show up. I showed up at the when I needed to.
You did. You're correct. And it's just funny because Connor at that time, Zay's, he hops on. Connor didn't hop on the mic very often. When he did, he was like, "Yeah, Zay's kind of laying low. Look for Zay to do something soon."
Talking shit, usual.
2 or 3 minutes later, Zay, bam, goal. We're going to the finals.
The clip I think was so much better because of the energy, and me and Trey trying to actually watch the stream in between games, and we were
telling them. Yeah,
we were laughing at how hard you guys were going. Your guys' commentary made it so much better.
Every single goal scored, I pulled up the stream.
Yeah, he's like, he would score an in-between game in the Discord. He'd be like, I gotta watch that back. I gotta see what they say. It's about to like 3-2 another kickoff. He's like, what'd they say? Like I can like hear him like waiting for it. I'm like, dude.
It was a lot of fun. Like I said, I've never heard of this shit before. But when you guys scored, I just told myself I'm gonna lose my mind every time they score. Jake and Zach were there with me on the commentary. I want to get your guys' thoughts on the tournament. You guys are a little bit more familiar with the game. What did you guys think of the tournament, and what did you think about these three guys' performances?
It was electric. It was a great time. I was never really bored except for when I had to watch that one semifinal match of the other two teams where the Dayton Flyers played the free agents and they got their dicks kicked in. But
yeah, they did.
We're going to talk about the Dayton Flyers. Don't you worry. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
That was the team we lost to, for the record. That was the pro team I was talking about earlier. I never
yeah. So let me get to that. It was a good time. And I mean, just because they came in second place doesn't mean that like they played bad or anything like that. Like they played great the entire time, played as a team, great job. But they played essentially a professional team. I mean, it's an eSports team for the University of Dayton. So like, I mean, that's almost as pro as you can get right there. So
I want to get Zach's thoughts too. He's played this game in the past as well.
It's a lot harder than it looks. Like it really is. You got to give these guys credit for like actually doing what they did, like getting into the finals and stuff like that. And I want to apologize for my lack of commentary. Everybody was sitting there saying like he's saying nothing. I was like, but during the breaks, like and stuff like that, we were eating Chinese food. It didn't settle right.
You're so hooked on the game.
I was sitting there like, yeah, I was hooked on it too. I just didn't want to say anything.
Right.
I was like,
Zach had some business to take care of after the tournament.
He was on the edge of the seat this whole time. That's the whole time. That's all it was.
He was on the edge of his seat during the tournament and after the tournament. All right, so we made it to the finals. If you didn't see that clip, go to our Facebook, our Instagram. You can see that clip of Zay's. I loved how you popped on screen FaceTime right there. I was not expecting that. I was crying laughing.
I have a camera from when I stream sometimes, so I just turned it on real quick. It took me a second. If you watch the clip, Trey answers for me because I'm sitting there trying to fucking click and try to bring up my webcam. But it turned out to be a pretty good clip. It was funny.
So before we get to the finals, my overall assessment of your guys' performances, Zay was just the kind of roaming around, just kind of causing havoc on everybody.
Including his teammates. Yeah. Very active.
I prefer lurker. I'm a lurker.
Probably scored, we'll say, 80 to 90% of the goals. He's kind of team captain. Give it up for Trey.
I played like maybe 67.
And then
check the stats. We'll count it up.
You got Caleb. He knew his role. He knew where to be at all times, and he took care of business. He shined when he needed to, and when he wasn't in the limelight, he was taking care of business on the defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive MVP of the tournament. I don't care about UD winning the tournament. MVP of the defense right there.
Facts.
Game
awareness.
All you need.
That's right.
I will say Caleb is, I don't know, I would puke at the amount of hours that he has played in this game. But he knows the game very well. He's always yelling at me about rotation. That's a big thing in Rocket League, and that's what basically being there when you have to be is. And Caleb just always knows where to be. He's always there.
That's a question I have written down. What's the communication like during the game? Because we didn't get to listen to you guys mid-game.
We'll let Trey take that one.
It's a whole lot of we try and go first, second, third. First is on the ball. Second is lurking, playing the next hit that comes back, and third is the farthest back. And it pretty much goes, if you're number one and you're playing the ball, once you lose possession or get beat, you want to make a whole lap around the field and come back on the backside of the goal. That makes you number three. 3 bumps up to 2. 2 should already be attacking. So it's kind of like just a big rotation. It's like I'm 2, Caleb you're 1, Zay you're 3. Like just constantly yelling that out so they know.
And then you also...
Other than that, we play too much together to really have to say anything. It's like we already know who's going on what kickoff regardless of, how it lines us up. We already know who's up in the air when they're up in the air most of the time. Like, it's all that
How
stuff.
much time did we put in to build team chemistry before the tournament?
Oh, man. We've been playing...
Enough?
I mean...
Right before the tournament or, like, all together?
Probably 0.
We hopped on, we turned the Discord, we made sure you guys got our gameplay, and we started hopping into training, and that was it. So
let's talk about this UD team. because we were going into the tournament. We see the list of the team names, and we see Dayton Flyers. So that's probably a bunch of 12-year-olds that like the Dayton Flyers, so they went with that name. You guys play them first series in the first round robin, and they beat you guys 2-0. But you hung tough, and then we see them in the finals, obviously, and there was a 4-0 sweep in the finals. So we come to find out mid-tournament that this is the official, what do you call it, eSports team of UD?
Trey, I think, sent into a group chat later. How long were they playing together?
Oh man, they had posted like 3 years ago. Talking about trying to start a team for UD.
Yeah, so at least like 2 years plus.
A Rocket League team.
Yeah.
Now you guys played really well, but like it just seemed like they were on a completely different level. Like they had the physics of that game down pat. Like they were just like doing some moves that I've never seen before.
You would absolutely be mind blown if you watched like these little 16-year-old pros that play.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But right before this, I was scrolling through TikTok and there was a live of one, and I was like, "This is weird." Like, I'm just going to sit here and watch this before I came over, and like, you're absolutely right. It's absolutely insane. Like how these guys are playing. Like, it's just it's just next level stuff. What do you guys think that you guys need to do to get to that level?
Good question.
Well, there's
Time.
Just put in the time.
A lot of play time. Me especially. I'd say like there's different tiers of like how good you are. They're definitely both a tier above me, in which they can do a little bit more off the wall. Caleb's over here trying to hit ceiling shots mid-tourney. Like he's just upside down on the ceiling and then like flipping upside down. I don't know how to do that shit.
You gotta go for it.
So they know how to do a little bit more than me. But then the Dayton Flyers, they're above us. You saw them hitting some stuff that we don't know how to do yet. Then there's the professionals actually that would smoke those guys and make them look like the free agents.
I've got one final question. Connor, do you have anything before we wrap up tourney talk here?
Not yet, no.
Okay. So my final question is, what's next for you guys? Are you guys going to be a team? Are we going to commit to more tournaments in the future, or what's next for this Cavemen Media Sports team?
I would like to ask Zay if he's going
eSports
to rotate, and I would love to.
So we signed up for this.
Is there other games we're going to play?
Oh yeah. So if you're talking about in totality, we play a bunch of different games together.
The Cavemen Media eSports
Oh, you're trying
team.
to. Oh, we're signed
You
now.
can honestly,
We're signed now.
you can throw me on any game, any console.
100%.
I'll give
I'll back
anybody
that.
the sticks.
I'll back that.
I was playing on my roommate's
We need to get something that
PS5.
Connor can play too.
Say, I'd like to find a COD tourney or maybe a Valorant tourney.
Yeah.
Down at that place.
So there's for Connect eSports in Dayton is hosting a couple different tourneys. One for Valorant. We missed the one that was for 2v2 S&D and a gunfight tournament, which would have been fun.
I'd have smoked.
Yeah, we would have smoked. We would have won that. I guarantee there's no eSports pro. No, I'm shutting them down.
I'd just like to set the record straight that when you guys had your COD tournament, my PC was not.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was giving me an error.
Oh, so we're gonna
every
make
time
excuses for
every
for
time
6
I open
months
COD.
ago?
No, he's proving a point here.
Nah, yeah, I had some error. It was like it would fatal error shut off COD every time I loaded it. So when I played the tournament, I played on my roommate's PS5. That was the first time I had played the new Call of Duty since it came out because of my error. Like it had not worked since November.
And he was giving people the work in that tournament.
So
too.
Connor, Zay, do you guys have any rebuttal as champions of
If
that
you
tournament?
give me my PC,
We still would've won.
If you
Yeah,
give
we
me my
would've won.
PC,
Me
I'm
and Trey
playing with
would
my
run
eyes
it.
closed and Dustin too.
Caleb
Your
and
partner
Trey
wasn't
would be the
great
best
either.
shot.
Yeah, no.
Caleb and
Best.
Trey would be the best shot if they actually. But Caleb was probably like asleep or something. Trey like signed up last minute.
Trey and
And-
Caleb versus Connor and Zay would be a battle. Is that what you're saying?
I
I'd
think
say
it
a good
would.
game.
I would
It'd be a
be.
good
I
game.
would be
It'd be
willing
more
to put.
entertaining.
I would be willing to put any amount of money on it.
Can we stream
Oh.
that?
We can
Yeah.
stream a
We're gonna-
best of 3.
Are we doing this?
Let's do this.
Let's
Wait,
Let's
best of
make
three?
let's make a little more out of it. Let's see if we can get a whole nother tournament going.
I would-
How
I
many
think
months
we
has it
have
been?
a battle
I
wrestling.
would, yeah, we can. I can smoke Zay.
Trey said I'll
And
put
then-
any amount
and
of
then
Why,
we
money
can
on
why
play on it.
mess around with the tournament? We got the championship game right here.
Oh yeah,
Fair
let's
enough.
let's
The challenger.
run
This is like the #1 contender.
All right, look
Yeah.
forward
Alright.
to it. Connor, Zay versus Trey and Caleb. And what
You know
game
what?
is it?
Fuck it. We'll
again?
do a best of 5 2v2 gunfight tournament.
All right, there we
Let's
go.
go.
It's coming soon.
Not a
Zay's
tournament.
hands get
Serious.
sweaty.
Oh
All right.
no, I got the towels when it comes time. I got the towels
That's
right
gonna
there.
wrap up our video game talk for this week's show.
It's just for the game though. It's nothing else.
Okay. But when Connor brought this to my attention about this tournament, I was excited for it because I'd never heard of it before. I was excited to have a Cavemen Media team. I was a little worried going into the tournament. I was like, man, what if they just absolutely suck? And we finished last. But you guys did not disappoint. You played well. Proud of you guys. I appreciate you guys letting us sponsor you guys and taking care of business.
It was a pleasure.
appreciate
It was a
it,
pleasure.
appreciate it.
I look forward to playing with the Caveman Media jersey.
Yeah, I want a
Absolutely.
jersey.
Let's
I
do
want a-
jerseys.
I
I
want
think
a-
we all need jerseys.
I want a
That'd
fat.
be
I want a
great.
fat saucy right on the back of
All
my
right.
jersey.
Fat
See,
saucy.
my
We
name-
got Zay
It's
to my face.
right across.
Caleb.
My name. My name.
Just
is
Caleb.
Yeah.
My
Just
name.
Caleb. That's his. Just Caleb.
He's
Not
like
Caleb,
he's like
just
that
Caleb.
dude for LA Thieves, John.
Yep.
Just this pro player for COD.
See, it used to be your boy Trey J, and then I started getting bullied. Everybody be like, Trey, you got a basketball game tomorrow, Trey, Trey. So I had to change it from that to something without my name in it.
And then you told him about how you got drafted number 2 overall in the NBA draft, right?
Yeah, I'm number 1 prospect in the NBA.
Let him know.
All right.
Can we
I'll
get
put-
some?
I'll put
Can
buckets
someone
on
check
anybody.
that?
LeBron.
Can you check that?
I
Someone
already
check
fact
that.
We'll
checked
fact
it.
check
Someone
that.
check
We'll send that to our
I'm the
intern,
reason
Jay.
Zay quit sports right
Someone
here.
check that too.
All right, so something that we like to do on this show, we like to get something off our chest each week. We'll go around the room. If you guys have something, feel free. If you don't have nothing, no big deal. Connor, you got anything?
Don't
this
start with me. I had some, but I forget.
week? Okay, you think
Nice.
on it. Zach, do you have anything to get off your chest?
It's not really that I have to get off my chest. It's just something that I've noticed. Like, I'm a big fan of Tom Segura and like Two Bears, One Cave. But he has another podcast with his wife called Your Mom's House.
I'm familiar.
And for 2 years now, they've had kind of like a beef with Garth Brooks.
I'm
So
familiar.
if you're not familiar with it, you need to really look into it. But this week's last show, Tom found out that he was shadow banned from commenting on Garth Brooks's Instagram from here on out. So he called out everybody, all of his fans, to not get on his Facebook that had
my
normal
God.
comments on it, and just flood them with Your Mom's House references and stuff like that. And if you get on there, it is just pure comedy.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, like he just it's absolutely insane. Like he like like they always called him creepy because of the way he did his posts on like Instagram and stuff like that. So like his fans are like always asking him where the bodies are or and stuff like that. So like if you just get on there, I just that's what I had this week. I just thought it was hilarious, and I think that everybody
it is a very funny bit. If you guys go check it out, it is funny. Here's what I got. So, girls like to do the absolute weirdest shit.
Little
shit.
Connor,
girl
do you
talk.
know what I'm about to
We're
talk
going to
about?
talk about what our girlfriends did yesterday, yes.
Girls
Oh, I saw a Facebook
enjoy.
post.
Girls enjoy paying money to go to a place and get a bowl and decorate it with dirt. They literally put
They like make their own plants or some shit.
dirt
What?
in a bowl, and you put your own decorations in it and your own plants. And now it's sitting on my TV stand.
I got
at
2
my
of them
house.
in there. Yeah.
How much did that run
Could
you?
they not
I
go to
don't
Home
want to
Depot?
know. I don't want to know how
Home
much that
Depot,
costs.
motherfucker, go in your backyard. What do you?
I have kitchen bowls in my cabinets and dirt in my backyard. Just do that. I mean, yeah. So it's a girl thing. They like to do weird stuff. They like to I do a lot of weird things. But this yesterday just caught my attention. It really caught my attention when I got home from work today. When I sat down on my couch to watch TV, there's just a bowl of dirt sitting below my TV with a couple things in it.
Yeah, I kind of made Kaylee mad because she couldn't decide what she wanted to spell out. They have like little Scrabble letters, and she decided she was like, "I'm gonna do home, but I just did gray." And I was like, "Oh, that's weird. It's not even your last name."
I was scrolling through social media and I saw that one pop up and I was like,
Oh
that
my
doesn't look
goodness.
like what Taylor made. And then I was like, oh, Kaylee made that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did they get married and didn't tell nobody?
That's what
Yeah,
she's saying.
Just
She's
wait
on my
until
ass
your
about getting married, so I was
just
like,
wait
make
until
jokes.
your youngest gets into that.
Yeah.
What, getting married?
No,
Bubba.
till my 2-year-old climbs up on the table and dumps the dirt all over.
Oh, yeah. That'll be good.
Now I can say this because I know my wife's not going to listen to this. I hope not.
Exactly.
Is, but would I go home and say this to her? Absolutely.
Someone tag her.
not.
Someone tag her.
Happy wife, happy life. But when I get home and I look at my TV and I see a bowl of dirt, I'm just like, man, we paid for that. A bowl of
You
dirt.
literally paid for a bowl of shit.
I paid
We paid
for a
for
bowl
Do you know how much it was?
I don't want to know.
That's what I said. I said, how much did that run you?
I want to
don't
know how
want to
successful
know.
that business is.
It's
I
down
want to
in
know
the
if it's
Oregon
genius.
district, so I'd imagine.
No, that
Probably
place
not.
is not.
Oh, she
No.
said it was right down the street from the Oregon.
Yeah.
Not in the Oregon district. But it was
Kaylee
like
told me it was a
2-minute drive.
9-minute walk, and I was like,
Okay,
"Oh,
so
you
like
walked
a
there?"
2-minute
She's
drive.
like, "No, we drove."
Exactly. Again,
Thanks for the fun
do
fact.
the
Yeah.
weirdest shit. God.
All right, to follow up with that, I have something to get off my chest about my girlfriend as well. So, dude, your guys' girlfriends, wives, fiancés, whatever, say they're going to bed and then sit there and scroll on TikTok for like hours.
Yes,
Every
bro.
time.
Twitter,
Yes.
Every
whatever
time.
it is. So that gets on my nerves.
She will kick me
I
out of the
have a-
bedroom where I'm playing games because she's gonna go to bed, and then I get a text message of a TikTok. I'm like, you told me you were going to sleep, and you kicked me out, said I had to quit playing games, and then you're sitting here on TikTok.
So another thing that I realized that Kaylee does is she'll like accidentally wake me up while I'm sleeping. She'll like bump into me and I'll wake up. I'm like, oh shit, I woke up. And she's like, oh hey, whatever. And then it's like, so I had a question. And then I'm like, you really just did that to ask me if we have any milk?
It was an accident.
I have 2 follow-ups.
Exactly. Go
My,
ahead.
my wife will complain that she is so tired and she cannot fall asleep. I personally can, and she won't put her phone down. She has it on the brightest brightness, laying in bed, just right in her face. And I'm like, man, just put it down. Clear your mind.
Connor almost fell out of
Connor
a chair
almost
there.
just fell out of his chair. We'll clip that.
I
You got a
think there's
camera on him?
No,
Aw,
son of a bitch, Connor.
That's my bad.
I literally looked over. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Anyway, so she'll sit in bed with the absolute brightest phone possible, 3 inches from her face, complain that she cannot fall asleep. I'm like, babe, just put the phone down, thinks about nothing, watch TV, and you will fall asleep. Doesn't happen.
Just turn off the TV.
And then
That's what
speaking of the bumping you and waking you up, my
Yeah,
wife won't
drives
bump
me
me and wake
nuts.
me up, but she'll lay there, see me visibly get tired, close my eyes, and begin to go to sleep. And she'll be like, so tomorrow, so my mom said, I'm just... I'm going.
Damn it, Taylor!
sleep.
Frustrated,
She will,
visibly
no,
mad.
But we'll lay there for 30 minutes
In silence?
in silence. And then I
Oh, I got something else to get up. This is the kicker.
I really hope she
I
doesn't
see-
listen
I
to
see-
this
I
one.
see-
I'm
This
beginning
is
to
so
see why
our
this
wives
is a thing.
do.
I see why this is a thing
If
now.
we're going to do this every week, we need to turn off the mic.
This is a
So I have a strict bedtime schedule, right?
Okay.
I'm off video games by 9:30. Do my nightly routine, take a shower, all that, in bed 10:15, right? Hang out for a little bit, fall asleep. Kaylee doesn't get off usually. She'll get home like 1 a.m. during the week. She works at Roosters.
Jeez.
She'll come home, open the door, play with Burrow. Hi, Burrow, blah, blah, blah. Play with him for a little while. Turn on the light, come in, change, start talking to me about her shift and shit. And I'm like, you see me here, glasses off, in bed, asleep. Like, I don't want to have a conversation right
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Jake, you got something before we get ourselves in real trouble?
now. Yeah. He's like, man, this
Yeah,
hits home.
My wife listens to this, so I can't.
Oh, he's on the
I'm just
burner.
gonna
I swear if you tag my wife,
She's going to clip it and send
Hey,
it to both of them.
Connor sent the snap the other day. She said, "Hey, there's our #1 fan." I said, "Well, shit, there goes me saying anything." But no, something that bothered me today. It's sports related, but Stephen A. Smith went off on this rant about Major League Baseball and about how Shohei Ohtani. He's like the #1 player in baseball right now, and he said that it looks bad for the league that the #1 player in the face of the league is doesn't speak a lick of English and has to have a translator, and that's just not good as the league as far as like relatability and stuff. So that kind of bothered me.
yeah,
feel
he's
like that has
he's
nothing
in
to
some
do
trouble. Has he put out an apology yet?
He did. He put out a statement where he was like clarifying like what he was trying to say, but I'm like, dude, then you should have said it like that off the rip.
I get
because-
what you're trying to say, but you don't say it.
No.
You don't say that.
No.
Not in 2021.
No.
Something that really irked me this week, really grinded my gears.
Hear it.
Say it to my face.
The fact that we did not get a true trilogy fight this weekend,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we instead stopped short at the end of the first round due to a leg
Honestly,
break
the
from
worst
Conor
way they
McGregor.
could.
No one wants to see that. Not anyone from either's fans. No one's going in there. Hey, I hope that fool breaks his leg. Someone wants to see the other guy win, and so you can go home and claim that victory. So I mean, just no one wins there. It's just sad. It sucks.
It was. It was a great card though.
Yeah,
We'll go ahead.
it
We'll
was a
talk
great
about
card.
it.
It was a
UFC
great
this
card.
weekend. Conor McGregor absolutely broke his ankle.
It was his
Poirier.
lower leg. It was
Lower
his lower
leg.
tibia.
Yeah,
so it was
it's
like
bad.
it was. If
It
you
was
watch
bad.
it back, you can see his bone
Touch the ground.
Yeah, touch the ground. It's really bad.
I
Yeah,
haven't
I-
seen. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, but I really think that like that might be the end of it, like for real, like
For
because
McGregor?
like nobody like really comes back after that 100%. Like, and he was already on a decline with his last fight. I mean, it's just like I think that I see him going to boxing.
You
And
think
doing
so?
doing some cards like with like the Paul brothers or something like that to get money because he's all about his money. So
I don't know. I saw on Snapchat this morning. He's already out of surgery, and he said 6 weeks to recovery, and then he's back to training, I guess. So
Yep.
we'll see how true that is.
There is
but
no chance that he's done. He's not going out like that. Dana's not going to let him go out like that. There's too much money to be left to make. He'll come back and he'll either fight Dustin again or he'll fight Nate Diaz in that trilogy and then be done.
yeah, that's
but like
a
I was
whole
saying,
other trilogy too.
yeah, and I was like, well, and I was saying, I'm like, I wish he would have just got knocked out. I wish Dustin would have just knocked him out and then he could have been done.
He was getting his ass kicked pretty much.
I was like, just be done. Then we could be done. But yeah,
Conor
going
had
to
some leg
boxing
kicks
like
on him.
Anderson Silva. That's what he did
that's
after
what,
he
that's
snapped.
what I
Yeah.
was about to say. Like you just see fighters like Anderson Silva, they don't come back 100%. Like Anderson Silva, to me, that was like pretty much the era that I paid 100% to UFC. Like, is the GOAT. Like there was nobody that moved like him and everything like that. And then when he got back from his leg break, it was not the same person.
See, I think Dustin Poirier is going to get a title fight, right?
100%.
He's
He needs
gonna
it.
get a title
He needs
fight.
it.
Charles Oliveira.
So he's probably
That's going to be a good fight
and
too.
he could win and be the
gonna
champ. And
Yeah.
Connor's not going to come back and get a title fight. That's not going to happen.
No,
It's not going to happen.
that's very true.
So
If he beats Charles before Conor comes back, Conor's not getting a title fight.
No.
Dan
So
already
he's
said
gonna
that in the
fight-
post-fight conference. He's not going to give him a title fight off the rip. He's definitely going to have to fight some
Then he'll
people.
fight Nate
Maybe,
again.
maybe before he even fights Dustin again, like he might have to fight other people first. So
Yeah, no,
he's
he's going to
got
fight.
a long road.
I like Diaz. I like the fight of Diaz. I honestly don't think McGregor's going to get a title fight. I don't think he's going to get that high again. I think he's going to have maybe 2 more fights, whether it's Diaz, McGregor, or Poirier or somebody else, and then he's going to get into the celebrity boxing game. That's what it's going to be.
It's very possible.
He's
I
going
could see
to
it down
box
the
Jake
line.
Paul.
I couldn't see it now though because Jake already poked at McGregor for so long and McGregor just showed no interest. So
He's not going.
But now-
I think it'd take a little more for him to stoop down there.
Paul is poking at McGregor.
Yeah, again.
Again, yeah.
Dude, my opinion on the whole celebrity boxing thing, I could go on for hours. It's a joke.
Yeah.
It is
It's
a
a
joke.
joke.
I wish they would.
It's a moneymaker. It's a show.
Yeah,
it's not,
no,
it's
it
not-
is.
It's a
It's
concert.
yeah.
It's a concert with exhibition fights that do not matter.
Yeah,
It's pretty much
literally.
just
no
yeah,
joke.
like-
WWE at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, is this WWE? Like, I've seen people walk out with like all this like masks or whatever.
Did you
hell
see
they had
the
on.
tweets between Jake Paul and Poirier?
Yeah, with him gifting him his chain.
Yeah.
He has a NyQuil chain with McGregor on it.
He said
he was
he's,
going to snap his snap the leg on
The
it
leg
for him.
on it for him. Yeah.
he said, "Do you
That was
want me to
pretty
do it or do you want to do it yourself?" No, but Floyd Mayweather has also shown interest in fighting Conor again. That'll be another big money grab.
That's true.
I want to know what happened between Conor and Manny Pacquiao because he was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao and that fell through.
We got any Sean O'Malley fans?
Sugar Show.
Sugar Shaw. Yeah.
Sean O'Malley. He
I like the other kid he was fighting.
he was
Number one fan.
I mean,
Yeah,
he took a
Dude, he
beating.
took-
most pun- he took a record that night for most punches
Did he really?
absorbed to the face. No, I mean maybe it's up there. He
No,
he caught
no,
150.
For his weight division, he did.
Did he?
pick
I was gonna
the
say.
they said O'Malley had the record of the most hits in like a round. or
Yeah,
something.
he had over like 150 at some of head strikes at some point. So
The dude just had his hands up and he would get right between his hands every time.
He wasn't
Right on
bobbing
the
his
nose.
head at all. It
Dude,
was just
Yeah.
O'Malley was
straight.
literally just dribbling a basketball.
he was trying to shout out the Phoenix Suns. That had me weak. He'd go to dribble and then like throw a punch. I'm like, every time I watch him fight, I'm like on the edge of my seat. 'Cause I'm like, one of these days you're just
Gonna get knocked.
you're
the
just gonna
fuck
catch
out.
it. But I'm on the train till then. I
just
love watching him
feel
fight.
like it was almost like he did knock him out. It was called a knockout, but I feel like it's
Herb Dean
almost
stopped that.
disappointing that he didn't knock him out sooner. The way the fight was going, but the dude just kept absorbing punches.
That's what we
Yeah.
were talking
And
about
what
the
do you
whole
talk
time.
about think about the ending of Herb Dean calling it, and the guy's still standing up?
Is that the fight where they called it early?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the very first fight.
They booed. They all booed.
Oh,
What are
yeah.
you saying, Trey?
I don't feel like it really changed anything for real. Like, I mean, it was a nice clean combo that he hit. I mean, he hit him with like 4 punches and then like swooped down and came up with the
Oh,
uppercut.
dude,
Yeah,
that
that's when he.
uppercut
That's
was
when he called. That's
insane.
like
Yeah,
right
I was
after
just
he was like swift it, and then Herb's like, I've seen
Honestly,
enough.
the
Can
whole-
we talk about my favorite fight of the night? Greg Hardy getting knocked the hell out.
Oh
yeah.
man.
That
I-
guy that he fought is a
Big old
psychopath.
bull.
He is a complete psychopath.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan
Oh,
of
I'm
it.
a
Shoe.
big fan.
You're okay. I was about to say you're a big fan of Greg Hardy. I'm
No,
not.
no.
Yeah,
Of,
no. I've
what they
been
call-
waiting for the day to like watch Greg Hardy get his shit kicked.
Oh yeah,
in.
everyone. Someone was tweeting like that's a W for everyone. Like
Yeah.
that really was. I can't remember his actual name. He goes by Bam Bam though. He was doing all the shoeys afterwards, and then
Dude,
one of them had
just
hot
drank
sauce in
Out
it.
the boot.
beer out of strangers'
Yeah,
shoes.
that's like every time he's fought. That's like a tradition. He does a shoey after, like right
I mean,
there.
it's one thing to do it out of like your own shoe or a brand
Yeah.
new shoe. This man took people's shoes out of
That's-
this.
that's
He
a
didn't just
tradition.
do one. He
It's-
didn't
that's
just
a
do two.
new-
He did like 3 or 4.
I
So what do you
believe.
do in that situation? You pour beer into your shoe, you give it to this guy, he
Drink
drinks it, you put it back on, or do you carry it around?
You're walking around T-Mobile with a wet shoe.
Yeah, he'd most definitely be like
You're-
sick after he had one out of
Squish.
mine.
Oh yeah.
That's rough.
That is rough, but I mean, not many people could say it. So, props
Also,
to him.
shout out to Trump in the stands.
With the Nelk
Since
boys.
they didn't
With the
show
Nelk
him-
boys.
They didn't show him on the
He was
broadcast.
with the Nelk boys.
Shout out Daddy Trump.
Trump in the
Not a
stands.
Nelk boys fan.
Not a Trump fan.
Oh yeah, but
Shout out
I think
to-
it was hilarious. He was with the Nelk boys.
Shout out
though.
to half the Cleveland Browns offense for being
Yeah,
in
they were
attendance.
there.
They were there.
They were deep.
They were deep. Baker and Njoku, Austin Hooper, OBJ, all there, sitting
Baker
right
was
next
next
to
to
the
Chuck
goat,
Liddell.
Chuck Liddell.
Jeez.
Yeah, good
It was
stuff.
a big turnout that night. I feel like that's one of the reasons I feel like UFC is only getting bigger is you see. I mean, they had like a solid 45 seconds of this celebrity, this celebrity. I don't think I used to grow up watching a little bit of UFC. I don't remember it being like that. I
No,
don't.
It's always been
I
like
d-
that.
I-
There's always celebrities.
well, there's always celebrities, but not like the amount. It's
Well,
like,
now
hey, this
it's like
guy's here
everybody's
this
just like,
night.
hey, let's go.
Yeah, but like it was like a celebrity who really knew about what the art of martial arts would be there every other week or so.
Like
but I feel like,
Steven Seagal or
yeah,
somebody like
yeah,
that.
like someone who's been in
Yeah.
a fucking I don't know, Jean-Claude Van Damme or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking
First time I've watched
Chuck Norris.
a full UFC card from start to finish, and it was phenomenal. Every fight was good,
That was the first one you've
was-
watched start to finish.
start to finish.
That was a stack
Last night
card,
was?
so
That's
Or
not
not
Saturday.
last
Was the
night,
first
but
one I've
Saturday.
watched. Have you watched all 5 fights in a UFC
You
fight
watched,
ever?
I don't
you
really
watched
watch
all 5
UFC,
fights
so
when we were at the Frickers that one night, though.
Yeah, but I mean, not like
Watching.
Watched.
watching.
yeah, you
watched.
have frickers.
Yeah, no,
get Frickers,
I
you're
watch
bouncing
like every
around.
card. I love UFC. It's like the only sport I really
Oh yeah,
keep up
that's
with.
another thing I want to get off my chest. That was a great night. We watched all 5. The big fight starts. Beer's flowing. Over.
dude.
Oh,
I know,
that's a
dude.
buzzkill.
What a
It was
Out of
such a
beers
buzzkill,
and the
dude.
leg break.
First
And it's like, all
round.
right, well, guess
Dude,
go
Night's
home.
over. Night's over.
There's like what 6 of us there. We're all around the table. That Conor McGregor fight starts.
We're all
Everybody pushes their
standing
chair
up.
and everybody
Yeah.
stands up. We're like, all right, boys, here we go. And then just 5 minutes and it's over. I mean, that's how it goes. I mean, that's just how it goes.
I think the past like 4 main events, like major PPV cards, there's been like 3 leg or arm breaks is
Yep.
what I
Yeah.
think. That's
Yep.
all, yeah, something like that.
That's right.
Ridiculous.
dirty.
I mean,
dirty,
you literally
dirty.
risk your life when you go in there, man. It's crazy.
All right, we're gonna talk more sports, and we're gonna get to Jake with the news. Before we do, again, we're gonna mention our sponsor. Today's show is brought to you by More Property Services. That's MOORE. More Property Services. Call Clay. Call the guys. They'll get your yard cleaned up. You 3 right here. If you have a yard, if you need any home maintenance,
Everyone's got a yard.
they're gonna take care of you. They're gonna clean up your landscaping. Call Clay. Call the guys. Check out their Facebook page. More Property Services. You can see all the examples of stuff they do. Spring's coming. They'll get your yard looking nice. Winter's gonna be here before you know it. They'll take care of that snow. They'll clean you up. You ain't gotta worry about it. Give them a call. 937-830-5524. More Property Services. Let's get to Jake with the news. Jake with the news.
All right, so the first article I have is Burger King signs reads, "We all quit," and goes viral after all of the employees walk out. So they put on their marquee board out in front of their restaurant that "We all quit," and then every single one of them left and quit.
That's gold.
Like the entire staff.
Yeah.
That's gold.
I like it. I like
If I
it.
saw that sign, I'd just go in there and be like,
Free food.
Whopper,
I'm gonna start cooking something.
Just
I'm gonna
make it
start throwing
yourself.
on the grill.
Make it
Have it
yourself.
your way, man. You know.
Have it your way.
What are they gonna do? The manager's gonna, hey, stop cooking that. No, you gotta worry about your whole employee staff.
They,
that way.
apo-
they
Stop,
did
man.
apologize for the inconvenience. They said, we all quit. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Well, that was nice of them.
See, they should just put, we quit.
No,
We're closed.
that proves
They're trying to
that
stick it
we
to
are
their-
not assholes.
They're
We
trying
are
to
not
stick
the
it to
assholes.
their person. They're trying to stick it to their manager. They're not trying to stick it to us.
That's true. That's true. That is respectful right there. Jake,
Alright.
what else you got?
And then, so an unopened Super Mario 64 game from 1996 sells for $1.56 million.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. Why? Why?
They had another game. It was like Zelda or something that also sold for like 180,000. I was like, what?
But why?
A lot of like collectibles and stuff like that, they have one big seller to raise the whole market.
True.
Like these people that that like buy like the $1 million Tom Brady cards and stuff like that, they already have a shit ton of Tom Brady cards, and they're like, okay, so I'll buy this. It's going to be pennies for me, and then I just raised the value of
Right.
my whole collection. So it could be something like that, or just somebody has too much money.
If that's the same article or tweet or whatever that I looked at, I think they said there was only like one or two left in existence of
Yeah.
those two. Like, so they're actually rare. Like worldwide, like you're not gonna find one. But I mean, still, even then, who's gonna buy that? Like,
That's what I
Does
just
Bill
don't-
Gates
You're not
play
going to open it
Nintendo,
and play
like-
it.
No, no.
I'd
Why
rather
would you do that?
have the money. Just give me the one whatever billion and then take the fucking
Chilling
money.
for
People that have
life.
That kind of money, they don't care
Yeah.
about that.
I know.
Yeah,
I
they
know.
don't care.
I
They just want something for bragging rights.
Jake,
All right, and then last one leading into sports, the Angels, Shohei Ohtani is set to start the All-Star game pitching, and then he's also going to bat leadoff as their designated hitter because each
so
team has a
cool.
designated hitter, so the pitcher doesn't hit. But since he plays both positions,
after playing in the home run derby tonight.
right?
that's pretty dope.
When's the All-Star
Unbelievable.
game?
So
Tomorrow.
he's the number one seed in the home run derby tonight. Tomorrow, he's starting pitching and leading off for the AL team.
I'm very fascinated by him. You
That's
know,
actually
like,
Wait, he's a
Unbelievable.
pitcher and he's in
He's
the...
a pitcher and a fucking home run bomber. dude.
there's a few pitchers that can get up and they can hit the ball here and there once or twice. They might smack one out of the park, once a season. But to have one
Once
that
a
gets
season.
up, and he might not be pitching that night, but you want him as your DH. Like
That's
you're
stupid.
never gonna see that again.
This
Yeah.
man
Like,
has hit
Insane.
35 plus home runs at the All-Star break.
this year.
This
Yep.
year, and has pitched a 3.49 ERA in 13 starts.
where's he in
With
the
a
Feet,
4-1
bro.
record. What's that?
where's he in the race for the what's the pitcher's award called?
The Cy Young.
Yeah.
He's not there. Jacob DeGrom absolutely. is.
He's taking that one.
Well,
Well, that's
NL,
two different-
AL. I don't know who in the AL would take it. Probably not him.
No, his ERA is
you
too
got-
high. He's got a
I'll say the lead.
You got all the Dodger.
3.49 ERA.
NL.
To lead the league in home runs and still be like even top 5 in pitching.
It's
like
ridiculous.
top 10
It's
even.
That guy's
like,
he's getting drug tested, right? Someone's
He's
drug testing
definitely
him,
getting
right?
piss tested
Someone,
for sure.
someone's
I
got.
hope so.
No,
man.
there's
I
not.
saw a picture. I saw a picture of him like 2 years ago, and he's standing there, and his muscles bigger than mine, but nothing crazy. And then there's a picture of him now, 2021, absolute jacked.
Not only that, he does not do batting practice.
And he has not taken BP all year.
There's something in the water across the sea over
Yeah,
there.
something's going on.
They take life way more seriously than we do, and they are way more successful at it.
We're way too, we don't really take that shit for granted. You know what I'm saying? They're out there training.
Never lifted a weight a day in my life.
So you've got Lance Lynn for the White Sox in the AL as the leader in ERA for the AL. So
Yeah.
is he in the top 5? Where's he at overall? As we're looking up, our intern Jake looking up stats, our statistician. We'll talk about the Reds. Let's talk about the Reds.
He's fired. Get him off the show. Let me take the job.
6 games over 500 at the All-Star break. Their best record since 2014.
Insane.
7 years since they've been 6 games over 500. The Cincinnati Reds at the All-Star
We'll
break.
take it.
3.5 games back in the wild card. 5 games back. 4 games? 5 games? 4 games back. 4 games back from first place. in the NL Central. They've got 3 more key games coming up against the Brewers after the All-Star break. So if you look at the schedule, they've got a semi-tough rest of July, and then in August they play a lot of mediocre teams. If they can take care of business the rest of this month and absolutely dominate in August. I was talking to my dad today. I cannot remember. I mean, I can remember, but it's just been so long since football season has come, and I'm still invested in the Reds.
Right.
It's so rare. So rare. So it's been fun. Jake, you're a big Reds fan. Thought on the Reds team?
It's huge. Like you said, the next 3 games coming off the break against the Brewers, that's at home. Then they got 3 more at home against the Mets, New York Mets.
It's just fun to watch a good baseball team. I don't know how into sports you guys are, but
I gave up on the Reds when they traded like half the roster.
I mean,
So-
it happens. It happens.
I play video.
I was
Hopefully-
a huge fan of Brandon Phillips. I was brain farting there for a second. Yeah, I have his
Love
jersey and everything. And then he went to the Braves, and then everything else followed. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. Actually, I think it started before him. He might have been the second person traded, but
Yeah, but hopefully they can keep hot. They've been so streaky this year, so we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Something that me and Connor want to do every show for the rest of the summer is talk Big Brother. I don't know if you guys watch Big Brother. Anybody watch Big Brother? No, just me and Connor. Just me and Connor. All right, well, Big Brother season 23 has begun 1 week into the show. And we're going to do a top 5 power rankings each week of who we think are the best Big Brother players in the house. Before we get to that, it's kind of been interesting, Connor, this year. They started the show, 16 new faces, no previous players, no all-stars, no nothing like that. No, not a lot of twists and turns so far, but they have paired up 4 players each into 4 teams.
Correct.
And
Not a fan of that.
not a fan of that. I like it. It's a twist. It's a turn. I like all the risks that they're making them take with Frenchie winning the first HOH, and they gave him the option. Your team is safe for the week.
I like that. Continue that all year. Like, you got to do this. Like to risk something.
You're
That'd be
safe
cool.
this
That'd be
week.
cool.
Or you could do this and this compete in a competition. If you succeed at the competition, you're safe for 2 weeks. If you don't succeed, then you're not safe at all. So I do like that. He was smart and just took the 1 week. So, Connor, give me your top 5 power rankings. Do you have top 5?
Yeah, they're not going to be in order, but yeah.
Give me your 5 favorite players to this point.
All right, I'm gonna go with Xavier.
Okay.
I think he'll play a good game. After that, I got Whitney. I think she'll be cool and hang around for a while. After that, I have Derek X. I think he's a cool, likable guy. I got Brent, Italian.
Yep.
And after that,
So you
it's
kinda went-
a little too early.
It is very early. This is hard to do. So you went with your kind of like your more so favorite players? Or did you go
Favorite
ba-
slash people I think will do well.
So okay, so did I. I did my 5 players that I think are going to be around for a while. I
Yeah.
agree with some
Hold
of
on,
yours.
let me get my last one.
Okay.
Hannah or Brittany?
Okay. So I did 5 people that I think are going to last. I agree with some of your picks, and I don't agree on some. I don't agree with Xavier. I liked Xavier at first. I think he's going to get himself caught up in a romance, and he's going to get sent home
I
early.
do. Well, if his girl goes out, Alyssa.
He likes all the girls at this
True,
point,
he does
so we
like
don't
all
know
of them.
where he's going to go. My 5, starting at 5, is Christian. I think he's athletic. I think he's going to have good personality. He's going to be friends with everybody. He's going to hang around. I think Sarah, another person that's going to make friends with everybody. Whitney, she's going to be good at
Big
comps.
fan of Whitney.
Big fan of Whitney. Look up Whitney, Big Brother. You won't be disappointed.
You'll watch every episode.
Intern Jake's on that one.
Whitney, she's attractive. She comes in at number 3 on this week's power rankings. I think she's gonna be friends with everybody. Good personality, attractive. She's gonna hang around for a while. 2, I've got Frenchie, just because he's
I think
HOH.
he's playing too hard.
But
He's going
that
way too
last
hard.
15 minutes dropped. I had him at 1. I dropped him to 2 because of the last 10 to 15 minutes of last Sunday night's episode. He's starting to get a little too much. He's getting a little power crazy winning that first HOH. He's building grudges with people for no reason.
Yeah.
And number 1 is Brittany.
She's alright.
That's only because she's your chick.
That doesn't look like her. Brittany. So Brittany is my chick in this year's fantasy Big Brother draft.
Yeah.
We do a yearly Big Brother draft similar to fantasy football. And Brittany's my girl. I think she's going to make a lot of friends, and she's also laying low here early in the show. So I think that's going to pay off for her. She's going to be around for a while. That's my top 5 Big Brother rankings. It's an interesting show. We'll have a recap each week. And I think that's going to wrap up today's show. You guys boys got anything else? Connor? Zach?
Nope.
Jake? Everybody's good?
Nope.
Good.
Boys, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Wait,
Caleb, final words?
You forgot something.
Good.
Caleb is
got
a man of
something?
few words.
Caleb was very quiet, similar to his performance in this week's Rocket League. He was very quiet.
But he's
played a lot
there
of
when you need
defense,
him. He was
but
here on
he's there when
time.
you need him. And to
Yep.
wrap up
Showed
today's
up
show,
on
I
time.
believe he has something for us. Is that right?
No.
Give
I was
him,
just
give him the
wondering.
tip for your tip, Caleb. Give him the tip for your tip. So we're going to be starting a new trend on the Cavemen Media Show, officially starting now. It's going to be tip for your tip. This is for all the men out there. So, basic just,
Dick
free, dick tips. That's another name. Who can put? I like that. It's shorter, but I like tip for your tip.
We're gonna run this every show. At the end of the show,
Yep.
Zay is gonna send in a voice message.
No
to
one's
Connor,
watching at this
and
point.
we're
It's the
gonna
end of the
put
show.
exactly. So you can say whatever the
Yeah.
fuck you
Exactly.
want at this point.
Exactly.
47 minutes into the show,
Alright,
you can say
so-
whatever you want.
Usually-
Guys, always when you're in the shower,
Oh, yeah, we
check
found
for
Brittany.
bumps.
She's hot.
Check for bumps
Whoa.
under the sack. Check for bumps under the carriage. Make sure that's serious, man. Make sure you had a night out. You hit the bar. You come home. You're like, what happened last night? You take a shower. Check for bumps. Check for bumps. Okay, tip for your tip.
Thank you, Zay.
Cool.
That is
Thank you,
Zay
Zay.
with the
Appreciate
tip
it.
for your tip. He'll be back next week with more at the 47-minute mark of the podcast.
So usually at this point, the only person listening is Jake.
Is me, but
Yes.
here I am.
Yes.
So
All right, that's the end of the show. We appreciate you guys for listening. Make sure you follow at Cavemen Media. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you guys for playing well in the Rocket League tournament. That's Zay it to his face, saucy,
Yeah, just leave it at that.
something like
Saucy.
that, and then just Caleb.
Caleb.
Just
Caleb.
Caleb. We appreciate you guys
Caleb.
for hanging out with us in studio this week. Connor at Real Connor Gray, Cincy Fan Jake, at Caveman Zach, at Sports.Ohio, Drew, Matt, Jordan. They'll all be back next week. Have a great week. ELE. Everybody love everybody. This show is brought to you by More Property Services. Check them out. Check out their Facebook page. Give Clay a call. We appreciate you guys listening. Connor,
play a banger.
play some music.